I'm going to show you guys why I got the thrift store. This is in a Kroger bag, even though I didn't buy it at Kroger. This is from the thrift store. I got more cassettes again. Out here. Get the bag out of the shot. This is a Sony HF tape, 90-minute. There's nothing written on the inside, but it has something written on the outside. Yeah, these are common back in the day, probably in the 90s and early 2000s. This one is the same thing, but 60-minute. Well, let's see, is the 90-minute and the 60-minute identical? Yeah, I'm running out of light. It looks like the 90-minute and 60-minute cassette are probably the same amount of tape. If you can see these without dropping them. I'll put them side by side, I think. Try to do this with one hand. It might be the same amount of thickness of tape. I can't get a good angle on this. Yep, I can't get a close up on that. So I think they have the same amount of tape inside. So I think the 60-minute tape is slightly thicker than the 90-minute cassette. Let's put this one back. Get another one. Struggling here to put this tape back in there. There we go. You have these other two. Yeah, this is a TDK D90, but it's not. It's actually a Maxell UD2 C90, which I think the C90 part of it dropped, and they only advertise these as minutes. Like 90 minutes and 60 minutes, not just the C. Because I think these are from the early 80s or mid 80s, because it has the C90 on the tape. But this tape originally came in a plastic sleeve, but I don't like plastic sleeves for cassettes, because one, they could easily get damaged. Two, I don't like storing them in that type of plastic cases. And this one, this is a TDK tape. You notice that it looks old. This is not a 1980s cassette or a 90s or 2000s cassette. This is from the 1970s. It's a TDK SA C90, which is prior to 1980s. Which I think that Maxell might be 70s. I'm not sure. Probably 80s. But this one has to be from the 70s. The late 70s. Because it says on the back 1975 to 1977. Which makes this over 40 years old. Tape. On the A side, it looks in decent condition, but on the B side, it doesn't look as good as condition as the A side, but for about 25 cents, I can't complain. And then it's a bit yellowed, probably due to the It's been on the sun for 40 years, I think. So, it used to have another J card attached to this, but probably someone ripped it. So, these cassettes are getting rare. I don't know how much this thing cost when it was new. And how much a percentage off 25 cents is. But probably due to inflation, the prices for cassettes are going up. I think this sells on eBay for like $10. So it's a Type 2, which I think this is one of my oldest Type 2s I ever owned, because it's from the 1970s. I don't know when they introduced chrome tape, but probably this is one of my oldest Type 2 tapes that I ever gotten at the thrift store. This is also a Type 2, I'm guessing from the 1970s or 80s. These are the Type 1s, but Type 1s, they're not that collectible. I collect them for my own recordings, but it's kind of good. All these tapes cost 80 cents. Yeah, all these tapes cost 80 cents. They're 25 cents each, but I think the cashier messed up on one of my tapes. She miscounted one cassette tape, and they accidentally charged me 80 cents. So, 80 cents for 4 tapes, that's 20 cents each. That's a very good deal of how many they cost nowadays. I think these might fetch a couple of dollars. Like, probably like $5 for these, maybe. If I plan to sell them. I might not sell these tapes. I might sell them in like 10 years, 20 years from now. And see how long they last. Yeah, these tapes are getting old, especially these Type 2s. They're getting rare and expensive. But probably like 30 years from now, these tapes are going to be collector's items. And they're going to be super rare. So, that's my thrift store finds. Which I've been to 2 thrift stores, but electronic-wise, I didn't find anything good at the electronic. It's alarm clocks and phones and TVs, which I have really no interest in. But I didn't find no shortwave radios or anything like that. Because, I kind of doubt any person here in my area has a shortwave radio. Because I picked these up in Dalton, which I'm located in. Which I didn't find nothing. Like, I didn't find nothing at the Providence thrift store, but the Salvation Army, they have these cassettes. I'm like, whoa, I could get those. Like, these are getting rare and expensive. Because they have a lot of junk, and it's like mostly computer crap that no one uses, and like, that's odd. But these tapes look like from the 90s, I guess. So, that'll be it.